Hello everybody, my name is Dr. Yvonne Skipper and I'm a senior lecturer based in the University of Glasgow in Scotland in the UK. And today I'd like to share with you a project which we're newly developing alongside the Melissa Institute. The aim of this project is to help young people to develop the skills they need to recognise and challenge misinformation, disinformation and fake news when they see it online. We know that this is a real problem, particularly nowadays. We know that fake news is spreading 6 times quicker than the truth, generally because it's more interesting. And we also know that fake news is believed about 75% of the time. So chances are if you've seen one piece of fake news and recognized it as fake news, there's been 3 pieces of fake news which have got past you and you haven't even recognized that they're fake. We also know that only about 4% of us have the skills to systematically tell real from fake news. And yet most of us think we're better at it than we are. It's a bit like driving, everybody's above average. So it's really important that we help our young people to develop the skills they need to be able to recognize fake news when they see it online. The aim of this project isn't to teach young people what to think, it's to teach them how to think, how to look at information, how to judge the quality of it, how to decide which pieces of information they should use to make good decisions about everything in their lives, from their healthcare, the decisions they make about school, their life choices and chances, all those things. We want them to be able to use information in a good way to make good choices. So in order to do this, we're going to work with young people themselves. We know that a lot of these interventions exist and they've been developed without young people being part of them. So they don't necessarily touch on the things that young people are really interested in or worried about. And they also maybe don't do it in a way that's particularly engaging for them. So young people are at the heart of the design of this 3-year project. We're also going to be working with influencers. We know that influencers sometimes get a bit of a bad name, but we know that they're very important, they're very influential. And a lot of our young people, want to be influencers. They look up to them, they value their input. And young influencers are constantly dealing with these sorts of issues of who they can trust online. If they're going to work in partnership with people, they need to think about who they can trust. So we're going to leverage young people and influencers to help us to design this project. We're also going to be working with teachers. We're interested in getting their input so that we make sure that these sorts of interventions are useful in schools and can be tied to other bits of the curriculum. So this project is going to be co-created with the researchers and all these different partners to allow us to create something which can be used in schools across Miami, but also across the USA and globally. This isn't a local challenge. We need global solutions for it. And we want to develop something that is going to make a real difference, not just in the local area, but on the world stage as well. So what we're intending to do over the next 3 years is to work with our co-creation team of young people, influencers, teachers, etc., to design some materials. Then we're going to try them out in schools. We're going to see what works, what doesn't. We're going to make it better and create something that's hopefully very useful. And then we're going to roll it out so that lots of young people will have the opportunity to take part in this. And in order to do this, we're asking for your financial support. We know that everybody here shares the commitment to the Melissa Institute's mission, and we believe that you recognise the importance of projects like Project Real. Your passion for making a difference in the lives of young people aligns with the goals we've set for this project. So with this in mind, we're asking you to follow your hearts and consider making a generous donation to the project. It will help us to develop this intervention, which will have not just local impact, but impact across the USA and globally on something that is a really important challenge to our time. Fake news doesn't just impact our beliefs, it affects our behaviours, it affects our communities, it affects our well-being. It is really something that is important and timely and something we need to help young people develop the skills to recognise so that they can have healthy and happy lives going forward. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We would love to hear from you and we would love your input in this. This is a community endeavour, not something that academics are doing on their own, but in collaboration with community to make something that will really make a big difference to young people's lives. Thank you so much for being a dedicated friend of the Melissa Institute and for your commitment to them. And we're looking forward to telling you more about the project as it grows. Thank you so much and enjoy your evening.